Hello! Today is not a Saturday, so this is not a regular video where I weigh myself and talk about the Query Theory diet. But weighing yourself is exactly what I want to talk about today. Specifically, what to look for in a bathroom scale. Weighing yourself every week for the rest of your life is important. It keeps you on track when losing weight, and it also tells you if you start to gain that weight back. The bathroom scale that I owned when I first started this diet 5 years ago was not very good. Even though it was digital, which for some people means automatically that it's good, it wasn't. Some of the best scales are triple beam analog, but for most people, a digital scale in your bathroom is going to be cheaper and smaller. There are 3 specifications a scale has that can be used to compare to other scales. They are accuracy, precision, and repeatability. Let's take a look at each of those. The number 1 specification that most people think of when it comes to bathroom scales is accuracy. How correct is the measurement? If you put a known weight on a bathroom scale, how close is the reading to that known weight? Usually accuracy is measured as a percentage. The displayed weight will be within 1% of the true weight or 2% or whatever that percentage might be. Precision. How exact is that measurement? That's the increment of the measurement. Does your scale go in 10-pound increments, 5-pound increments, 1-pound increments, half a pound, 0.2 pounds, 0.1 pounds? That's how precise it is. And number 3, how is the repeatability? If you get on the bathroom scale and you measure a certain weight, then you get off and you immediately get back on, is the second reading the exact same thing as the first reading? And if you get off and get on a third time, how's that third one compare? That was the repeatability of the scale. So let's take a look at how accuracy plays in part of a scale. I have 2 scales here on the screen. On the left is a scale that has 1% accuracy. On this scale, I'm going to put a calibrated 200-pound weight on it. It is exactly 200 pounds. So if a scale is 1% accurate, 1% of 200 is plus or minus 2 pounds. So let's say we get on this scale the first time and it measures 202 pounds. Is that 1% accurate? Yes, it is. Let's get off and get on a second time. This time it measures 198 pounds. Is it still within 1% of accuracy? Yes, it is. And the third time we get on, let's say it measures 200 pounds. It's exact this time. So that's what accuracy gets you. Each reading will be within a certain percentage of the exact amount. Notice how the scale does not show any decimal points. That means that the resolution or the precision of this scale is at least 1 pound. It will go in 1 pound increments. Maybe even 2 pounds, because we only saw 198 to 200 to 202. And as far as repeatability is concerned, is that block of metal 200 pounds, 198 pounds, or 202 pounds? You really don't know. You know that it's within 1% of 200 maybe, but you don't really know exactly what it is. Now let's move to the scale on the right, which has a worse accuracy scale. It's only 2% accurate. We can go plus or minus 4 pounds on this one. So we're going to put that exact same 200-pound object on this scale, and the first time it reads 196. Yeah, it's not very accurate compared to the one on the left, but 2% of 200 is 4 pounds, so it's within 2. And it says 196. We get off that scale and we get on a second time, and it says 196 again. We get off it a second time and get on a third time, and now it says 196. So this scale is not very accurate, but its repeatability is very good. And as far as precision, it's the same on the scale as the left. When it comes to these 3 attributes, what's my ranking as far as what I think is most important when it comes to losing weight? Repeatability is the first thing. If you get on a scale over and over again and it gives you different readings each time, you do not know how much you weigh. But if you get on that bathroom scale and it says the same thing over and over and over again, then you know how much you weigh. Even if it's not right, at least you have a baseline. Precision would be the second most important thing. If we're trying to lose only half a pound to 1 pound each week, then we want the precision of the scale to be at least half a pound increments, preferably 0.2. And then finally, accuracy is what I rank as number 3 as far as these are concerned. Sure, we want it to be fairly close, but if it's close enough and it can repeat itself over and over again, that's more important. Last Saturday in video number 2, I weighed myself. What I didn't show you is that after that initial measurement, I weighed myself over and over again and recorded that. I want to show that to you right now. What you see here are 8 different weight measurements taken right after one another. I had my feet in different positions so you could see that each one was different from one another. All the measurements were either 196.8 or 196.9. That's very precise and very repeatable. If I had placed my feet in the same position each time, or very close to the same position, these readings would have been dead on each time. This scale is very good. This is the scale that I was just showing you, that I bought in February of 2013. I can't find it anymore, except maybe one sample here and there. And I go down here and I see there's another life source, which looks like there's some available, and it looks like it comes in the same 0.1 pound increments, so it might be as good. I don't know. It only has one review and it's a 1-star, but that 1-star review says not precise enough to manage heart failure. Not sure what that means, but this might be an option. So what about body fat measurements? Body fat measurements could be very important if you're doing a lot of exercise while dieting to lose weight. When you exercise, you can build up your muscle mass while losing your fat mass. And if you just look at weight alone on a scale, it may not show all the improvements that you've been having. But are body fat measurements accurate on a scale? In a word, no. I got these images from InBody's website, and as you can see, if you use a traditional bathroom scale that you stand on, it measures up one leg and down another leg through your pelvis and completely guesses at what your upper body fat might be. And if you use a handheld device, it measures from one arm to another arm through your chest, and it completely guesses what your lower body might be. So overall, body fat measurements are not that accurate. But just like before, just because they're not accurate, if we can get consistent body measurements and the device you use goes through where most of your fat is stored, then it could be very useful. The key is, can you get consistent measurements? These measurements are very dependent on the moisture, not only on your skin, but also the humidity in the room. If you can keep them constant from measurement to measurement, and your body fat percentages as measured on a device can be repeated, just like I did with my weight, then it should be very useful. But don't believe the accuracy, but believe the improvement. And with that, have a good rest of the week.